Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining today. I'm just going to take a few moments to ensure that everyone that needs access to the presentation can join. Um, okay, it looks like we have everyone that's entered into the meeting at this moment, so I'll just keep an eye out for anyone else that's trying to join. I'd like to welcome you to today's presentation. The Global Location Showcase is an opportunity for producers, for content creators, for anyone that's looking for some very specific information about different global locations to get a well-rounded understanding of what can be offered within those regions. Everything from incentive to staff to very specifics on the location. Just to introduce myself briefly, I'm Marge Gallis. I'm the Senior Director of Members and Education at AFCI, the Association of Film Commissioners International, and I'm very happy to be able to pass the mic over to Daniel Selly, who is the coordinator for the Rio Film Commission. He'll be conducting the presentation today, highlighting what production is like in Rio in Brazil. So Daniel, I'm going to mute myself and pass it on to you. But before I do, just to let you know, please feel free if you have questions that come up throughout the presentation to include them in our chat area. I'll be monitoring that. And at the end of the presentation, we'll have plenty of time to go through any questions that come in or any questions that might get inspired through the discussions that are shared. So Daniel, please take it away.
Hi to all. Thank you, Marjorie. Thank you, FCI, for inviting me. It's a great pleasure to be here. It's always great to present the things we work with, the things we like working with, and it will be great to present you things we've been doing here in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, with the Rio Film and Rio Film Commission. And to start the presentation, we'll put a video, but just a moment. My name is Daniel Celli. I've been working with film commissions. It's been 10 years now. I used to run and I implemented the São Paulo Film Commission, which I ran for 5 years. And now it's been almost 4 that I'm the head of the Rio Film Commission, which represents Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. And to start, I think we can start with a video just to warm up, to show a little bit of Rio de Janeiro and our locations, our infrastructure, our different stories that have been shot here. And Patricia, please. Patricia, I think it's better to restart. And we just tested. It was working off. Oh well. Now Thank you. At the end, it worked. It worked with a little bit of a delay, but it worked. Patricia, we can start the presentation, please. And let me present Patricia's from our crew, Paloma and Victoria as well. They're here. They're very important here to make Rio de Janeiro even more film friendly destination. Okay, the first slide. It's just to tell you about Rio Film and Rio Film Commission. Rio Film, it's a public company. We are part of the Secretary of Culture of the city government, and the Rio Film Commission is a department in Rio Film. I will start the presentation telling you about bits about the Brazilian film industry, and you can see here we are a healthy industry. We have a nice. Just Patricia, next please. And we have good numbers in terms of Latin America. We have we make investments, and Rio de Janeiro is the most Rio de Janeiro and São Paulo, with a city just 50 minutes by plane from Rio de Janeiro, are the main destinations and main important points of our local industry. And those are numbers. We can talk about them later. But as you can see, even the box office, the production that we make here, that we produce here, normally is seen, most of them here in the audiences in Rio de Janeiro. And I can say, in terms, it's not here, but in terms of spectators for the streaming companies, the studios, we are a big player as well in terms of audience. And the second, for example, worldwide for YouTube, and the second worldwide Netflix. And it's just to show you a little bit. If we're going to talk about local industry, it's important just to tell you something, a little bit information of Brazil. This is just something that we share with producers and colleagues. Besides, we have the landscapes, we have infrastructures, we have facilities, and great crews, and those, many of you know about the Rio de Janeiro. I don't know, some of you have already been to Rio de Janeiro as a touristic destination, but as a film industry destination, we are very keen to tell you that we are a very healthy one. Now, in terms of film commissions, I just wanted to show you that we have nowadays 29 film commissions. For a big country like ours, it's not enough. We've been with other film commissions trying to make it grow, and it's growing. And most of them are allocated in the coast, because the regions, the capitals of the regions are on the coast area in general. We have some in the countryside, but not yet film commissions in the countryside, some of them. But we have film shootings everywhere, and even if we don't have film commissions, we have those places that are very friendly on getting and supporting productions around the country. In terms of, we have some slides about numbers. In terms of numbers, Rio de Janeiro, we hosted 27 international audiovisual productions and almost 9,000 filming days last year. And we are growing 11.4% in comparison with 2023. This is I like this map because it just shows how Rio de Janeiro, this is the city of Rio de Janeiro map, just how how productions are spread out around the whole city. You can see on the right is the South Zone, where is Sugarloaf, the Christ, the beaches, but in other places with different landscapes, many producers are making their stories and shooting their stories there. Patricia, please. This is something is a very important slide because it shows that it's not something new. Rio de Janeiro, we are not a new destination. It's more than 100 years that we've been a film destination. We couldn't even find a photo of the first movie that was shot here in 1898, and that's why we've been celebrating with those last years, those and we always want to make it grow our local industry, but we are not a new destination. We just put here some international known productions that somehow are part of the people imaginary, but we have it's just until 2011, and we have so many from that year from now. Next one, please. This is a very important slide as well, because I always start saying about our political commitment, which is very important when you want to attract productions, and we want to say and to defend that we are a film-friendly destination. But we invest a lot in, and we have already, in a qualified workforce, transparency, creative environment. Rio de Janeiro is a very creative destination. We have a carnival, we have shows, we have this healthy local movie industry, very working a lot every day. But we as local government, we be investing a lot, as you will see in other slides, in our movie industry. Next, please. This is just to say how connected we are. It's very easy to get here in Rio de Janeiro. We have 3 airports. They are not far from city center. We have even an airport that is very close to our creative district that we are calling now. We have lots and lots of studios there, sound studios there, and there is we've been using, and productions are using that to get faster to the sound studios. And we are very connected inside the city by buses, light rail, metro, underground, and it's just to show you this. This is also a data about feature films. The last years, for example, each year normally we've been having around 60 feature films shot here in Rio de Janeiro. Such last year, I think I can see here 62, I think 663. Next, please. In terms of advertising commercials, we had a big growth last year. It's almost 200 productions we had it last year. Those series, soap operas and web series, we have normally at least more than 50, around 60. Last year we had less, but it was a different year. And because maybe some of you heard about the soap operas, the Brazilian soap operas, they were all somehow shot, because more or less they were produced here in Rio de Janeiro by a big company called Global. And that's why each year at least 10 soap operas are shot here. The soap operas normally have not less than 100 episodes per season. And shooting days, this is just a comparison, and that's why we've been now investing in attracting foreign productions, because we have, even if we have that much shooting days and that nice number, 27 foreign productions, we need more maybe productions to foreign productions to stay here more shooting days or more weeks, and we make it grow such as last year, we did it, as you can see here in this graphic. Next, please. We just highlighted some productions, some international ones, because sometimes when I'm doing the international presentation, some producers ask me, okay, you have international productions, but are the local production companies used to produce, to make services for big productions, big international productions? Yes, they are. So as you can see here. Next one. Those, I think it's just those ones for last 2 years, maybe. Next one. Next one. Next one. Those are some relevant, some foreign or international relevant productions filmed in Rio de Janeiro. This is a nice graphic just to understand how Rio de Janeiro is in comparison with some cities. It's not a ranking. It's just we just chose some cities that we think are somehow similar or that made public their numbers, and this in terms of AFCI. I always talk to my colleagues here in my film commission colleagues. This is very important in terms of public policy to understand where we are, and some of those film commissions, such as the Film Paris region, the Mexico City one, Madrid and Los Angeles, they made it public, the numbers, and then we just made this to compare. And then now, this for the second year, Rio de Janeiro has more shooting days than Paris and more shooting days than City of Mexico. Maybe next year we'll be with our colleagues from Madrid. Next one. This is just to give you some examples about how connected, for us, it's very important to work with partnerships here. And this presentation, this quick presentation, we're going to say about investments, money, but also about the support that we give when a production comes here to shoot, and how easy it is to bring a production here in Rio de Janeiro. Then just a small partners graphic to tell you how we were very connected here in terms of local government, regional government, and even federal government. Please, next one. This is very operational, but it's important to understand the timing. Now it's we give permits. We are also a department that gives permits. That's why we have those numbers, because we are in charge of the filming permits of Rio de Janeiro. Then we have those one business day permits, 3 to 5 business days permits, and 5 to 7 business day permits. Please. We have in services, we have the permit services and other services as services provider catalogs. We have all kinds of services. It's free to have those informations, and we are always the producers, the companies, we have a partnership with the Touristic Trade Association. They always put in, and it's a very updated catalog about service. And I always like to say that is different. We have a different information for foreign producers and for local producers, because the focus sometimes is different, and the focus for the local producers, so even if they are working with the service, is different that of the focus from the focus of the foreign producers. We have a nice and great location catalogs, which is very diverse. We have historical places, landscape, natural places, architectural places, private and public ones, and is everything also in English and in Portuguese. The production guides, this is important if you want to the first steps to understand how to shoot in Rio and how to shoot in Brazil, how to bring a production in Brazil before maybe doing a meeting with us, or after it. Normally we send it just because here you can find some of the informations needed to bring a production here in terms of operational things. This is the ones that is not translated, but is where you will find data. If you're interested in, we put our data here. We can find about the shooting days, you can find about our investments, you can find about the production companies. And for us, it's very important in terms of transparency. Next, please. Our cash rebate. This is very important for us. We are in the fourth year of our local cash rebate. We had a cash rebate that we can give up to 35%. We work with it works for feature films, series, and reality shows. This last edition we can change. We have some the publicity, the advertising industry is telling us to maybe support them as well. The international one, we are thinking about it. We support also with cash rebate games. We made some tests last year with it, and but in general, more about feature film series, and we support with feature films and episodes for series. And you can have a co-production service or license. The cash rebate, it's I can say it's more than a grant, and it's because it's not we not give you back the money, but we give you the money to use. And once you sign the contract, you already, the local company, you must always have a local company related to the project, will get the money, and you will be able to use when you show how much you already spent here in Rio de Janeiro. This is we have two lines focused on, three lines, but two lines that focus on international productions. The first one, we can give up to $1 million, $1 million US, with a minimum investments of $500,000, and another line that we can give you up to $500,000. Sorry. And these special projects, you have a E, the spelling word there, special projects, that is some talks that we've been doing with more with streaming companies and studios to attract bigger productions, high-end productions, because and it depends. We can talk about how much we can give. It's not about the percentage, it's more about the project and of the size of the project and about the socio-economic impact of the project in Rio de Janeiro. And what we can say also is that we understood from the first edition of the cash rebate that most of the productions, they want to show Rio as Rio de Janeiro. And then we also, from the first to the second, we started allowing productions to just shoot in Rio de Janeiro, use the local services, and not needing to show Rio de Janeiro as Rio de Janeiro. You can shoot anywhere that you want for your story here in Rio de Janeiro. Next one, please. Here are some locations, just to show you something. This about historic thing, Santa Teresa, a very nice place shot that many production shoots. Patricia, sorry, can you go backwards, please? Yes, this is a historic, very lovely neighborhoods that many productions shoot the whole time. We have many historical productions shot in Rio de Janeiro, and that's Santa Teresa. This tram is used a lot for stories here in Rio de Janeiro. Next one, please. Landscapes, beautiful beaches. Next one, please. Historical and different places, not for, we believe in diversity of stories. It's not made of all the times beautiful places. Sometimes you have simple and lovely places. And you can use the locations to tell your story. This is a very unknown location here in Rio de Janeiro, and it's just to give you an example of this diversity of locations and how the nature is everywhere in our city. Next one, please. this to show a little bit about the central area, the urban locations. We have a lot of it as well. This is a famous, if someone from just came here to as a tourist, probably know this. It's a famous place for tourists here in Rio de Janeiro. This is a well-known postcard. You can see sometimes it is shown in movies everywhere, even if they don't shoot here in Rio de Janeiro. And this is one of our main famous skylines. Next one, please. Another park, a nature location, the Christ, with a special moment of probably New Year's Eve. Next one, please. This is just to show you different architectures. This is a famous museum that also is an important location for many movies and series and commercials. Some just to show you a diverse location. Next one. Landscape as well. You can see the Christ there, and this is probably from a city just in front of Rio de Janeiro. We work very well with other film commissions, and we support them as well to make it easier. If you don't find the specific location here in Rio de Janeiro, maybe you can also shoot just in the city in front of us, Niterói, or in the mountains. We have other possible and friendly destinations just close by. Next one, please. This is an example of architecture here. And last year, we had some political events like BRICS, and UN events. They normally happen here. It's a museum and a very well located one, and many productions they shoot there as well. Harbor and urban locations mixed with beaches and sea and mountains. Next one, please. A beach, a normal beach. This one, I think it's São Conrado Beach. Great one as well. Football. We have you breathe football. It's a cliche, but it's the real one, because sometimes you think, oh yes, Brazilian people. Myself, I'm not as in football as I should be, but football is everywhere, and normally the places they are friendly as well for productions, and if you want to make a story that might normally has its a place location in Rio, sometimes you may use a stadium such as Maracanã, for example. This is a famous location here. Many productions they use this Lapa arcs as for a location. Some we get sometimes those big movies that destroy the big monsters. They destroy the postcards, and this is one that is very is often used for this proposal. Next one. This is a famous one. If someone remembers, we always have productions here, but I think the first one, and it was the 007, I think from the 50s. They shot here. I think the characters ate the cables, which is I remember it's from a long time ago, but it's even if you don't remember that, it's a great view. And it's a great location to tell your story. This is about infrastructure. We have infrastructure. This is there are some studios, some studios that they are public ones and have private administration. And from 2 years ago, there used to be 8 studios, and now 16, and getting bigger with growing the capacity of production. We have virtual production infrastructure in some of the studios, not just, this is a complex, but I will show you, and a VFX. This, for example, this company, Quanta, they do a lot of, they're very keen on post-production, and we have a big list we can share with, if someone wants, a big list of post-production companies and other studios that are very experienced. Next one, please. Also true, we just picked other two complexes that are important for us, and they have many facilities that are always very used for by the foreign productions and local productions. We getting in the end of our presentation. Next one, please. This is our crew. A part of it, because we are in real filming, we have the other departments, communication, the company administrative. It's not here, but if we would be if we were a big crew in terms of film commission, would be around maybe 22 people to deal with and to work with the productions every day. And here are the contacts if you want, but that's open. I tried to make it in half an hour for us to for you to share thoughts and for us to have a nice Q&A. And I see already some questions here. Marge, how should we do with the questions?
I'm happy to help read them off so you don't have
Okay,
to
perfect.
worry and struggle with doing that. So I know you had a slide that highlighted your permitting process and the number of days for various types of permits, but there was a question that came in about permitting. So I'm just going to read off the question. Does each city have its own process and or system for managing permits? And do you use a specific platform, such as online, for acquiring the permits?
Okay, good question. Everything is online. And for Rio de Janeiro, for other cities, they are improving. And some of the cities in Brazil, I can say, because as Rio de Janeiro, we are in somehow working with lots of cities because we are such an important location here in Brazil. But some of them have an online process. But we, of course, everything is online and very, very easy to work with. And but in terms of permits, most of them, the cities, the other locations in Brazil, they have the same timing as us, as São Paulo, as other big cities. We try to look out. You see, we can't work. We have to be better than the others. And then even if we have a lots of productions being shot at the same time.
We had a question that was asked about sharing the presentation. I just want to highlight that this presentation was recorded, so there's the ability to rewatch the presentation, but certainly I'm sure Daniel, people may contact you if they have some specific slides
sure.
that they'd like to acquire. And I can also help facilitate any introductions. So if anyone has any questions, I'm happy to help. And we can always pull up the slide with the contact information before we close so that everyone can review that and make sure they had that available. There's a question that came in, and Andrew, I don't know if you would like to ask anything specific, but there's a question that's asking a bit about crowd control and security aspects that would take place on a production. Andrew, do you want to ask anything more specific? He may feel shy about asking. I don't have. Oh, he is not able to speak right now. So
Okay.
can you talk a little bit about how you would handle crowd control, especially thinking about a beach or some of the popular tourist destinations where there might be filming that's taking place?
Yes, sure. About crowd control, we work a lot with the events department, and then we try to not to don't have movie productions, audiovisual productions at the same time of events, and this is very important for us. And in terms of the tourists and the people living here, the city is a film-friendly city also in this sense, because people are very used to have productions here. And normally we don't have problems with even neighbors. And that I know that sometimes in some cities there is some sensible things about neighbors. People like to have, they enjoy having audiovisual productions here. And for example, beaches, as Marjorie used as example, you don't need to close the beach. You can just use an area and tell people not to pass. And then the beaches are big and you have plenty of space. And of course, normally we won't give you the permit to shoot there at the, I don't know, at summertime and between the rush hour, the beach rush hour. But in the morning, normally yes, and the morning we have great morning and sunny mornings, and it works very well. We have shootings at the beach the whole time, and shootings in the city everywhere. It's very easy to make to close a street, to close an avenue, and that we work a lot with the traffic department to make those things possible. Even if we are a huge city, and this has been working. We have a lot of I didn't put in the presentation, but action series, action productions that need to have explosions and to have car chasings and action scenes, and this is very also easy to do. The city is used to it.
Experienced
In
crew
terms
and
of security,
experienced.
sorry, in terms of
Yeah.
security, we don't have any related thing about security, about insecurity. And normally people, the production hire the private security, and we also, it depends on the size of the production, we give this support as well with the city government, police and region police, and everything. Normally it works really well in terms of these aspects. Sorry, Marjorie.
Oh, no, that's okay. Thank you, Daniel. We have Sarah who's working with some producers that has a couple of questions. The first one is she's working with a production that's interested in shooting in Brazil as well as Kenya. So the question is related to how do you handle co-productions and are there any specific requirements there?
Uh, About co-productions, I don't know if you are already talking to a local company, but if not yet, we can talk about and give you options about local companies that are very keen and very experienced in with co-productions, international co-productions. And I think this is Sarah. I think, yeah, yes. And this, we can talk about all of those subjects about dancers, art, carnival. We can present you some local fixtures, but in your case, probably it's better a local production company that you work with and will help you with that. But in the first moment, we can arrange a meeting and explain you about everything that you need, and how is, for example, to shoot in a carnival moment, or how to reach the carnival the carnival people, and then this is we're very used to work with it.
And there's a question about weather and time of year. If there are better times of year for appropriate weather, if you have a lot of weather fluctuations that producers should be aware of.
Sorry, Marge, this I couldn't understand.
So the question's really about the weather in Brazil and how the weather might affect a production. Is the weather pretty consistent? Do you have consistently nice days, or are there times of year that are better for shooting for nice days, or should someone be aware of that?
Oh, I totally now I totally understood. It's Brazil is a huge country, no, and the weather changes. It depends. For example, from the middle to the south, the summer, it's when for example, in the north is your winter. But in the north of Brazil, northeast, the winter is, and there is never cold, and it's always hot, warm, and the winter it rains. Here in Rio de Janeiro, it's always warm, and it rains just in the beginning of the year, like January and February, but heavy rain. And then the rest of the year, most of the days are sunny days. This is great. And warm weather, nice weather. Then it's and normally when it rains, it doesn't rain for many days. It rains for and then in terms of prediction, you just you can change the dates. It's and then shoot the next day, and because probably will be sunny. And in terms of weather, here, Rio de Janeiro is a great place. I talked about Northeast, for example. It's more, you have the sunny season and the rainy season, but it's always warm. Here in Rio de Janeiro, it's always warm all the whole year and almost sunny the whole year, and it's great as well.
I saw that, Daniel, you already referenced the carnival and dancer portion of a question, but I'm going to combine the last two questions into one related to crew base and behind the scenes type people. So there's a question about local actors and casting, as well as technical advisors or cultural advisors. Do you have a plethora of companies that could handle these types of activities? And maybe also talk a little bit about your crew base, especially where you highlighted that there's such a wealth of production happening throughout the year, both in movies and commercials. Understanding more about your depth of crew base would be helpful, I think, for producers as well.
I think I can say yes to all of your questions. It's in this sense of those cultural aspects that we have here in Rio that involves crews and creative people. We have this. It's very organized, and in terms of having this with the audiovisual industry mixed with it, because it could be just maybe for carnival or maybe just for theater. No, it's very mixed, and we have keen, very experienced crews working with creative crews working for audiovisual productions and production companies and creators that are very keen on working with those people and mixing this with foreign productions. And this is I don't know if it's definitely a quality of something good from about Rio de Janeiro. We are this when maybe you think about this, not just the landscape or not just maybe other aspects that attract productions, but this cultural aspect, it's something that's really attracts, and it's been attracting productions for many years. And then we have experienced crews working in that sense of with audiovisual productions.
I wanna, another question just came in. Social
Yes.
impact filming and connecting filmmakers and production companies with nonprofits and social causes. Would the Film Commission be able to assist in locating nonprofit organizations and causes that films or filmmakers can work with and support?
Yes, we could, of course. And if we can't, we know who can, and we'll present you to those people. And it's great because we have some of those organizational profits and social or companies working with non-profits and social causes that are already working with the audiovisual industry. Then it's a great we have great examples of experienced people that join those matters.
I want to make sure everyone has an opportunity to ask a question. If you would like, there's still plenty of time. I want to ask a couple of questions myself Daniel, there was one location slide that I wanted to highlight that when you were talking about the diversity of different types of locations and having uh, areas that are not quite as pristine as others, it looked like an area that looked like it might have had a canal running through. Was that a canal or was that a riverfront? If there are canals in Rio, that would be very interesting to know about.
We do have canals. We have even waterfalls inside the city. We have a jungle inside the city, and we have canals mixed with just nature and canals mixed with urban locations, such as you've seen. I think that photo maybe was probably was a canal. Probably was definitely a canal. But we have some of that definitely can be used for as film locations.
Very interesting. And then I wanted to ask also
I think
that
this
that
is
was the picture.
that was
I wanted
this
to,
one.
there it is. Yeah. I wanted to ask also, you were highlighting some of the advancements in post-production facilities and new locations that have started to emerge within Brazil. Is there any additional incentives for producers if they're utilizing any visual effects or post-productions in Rio?
Good question. In fact, our incentive you can use just for that. You can apply for the cash rebate just for post production we are very it just depends on how much you invest in the city, but it's totally possible to just use it for that.
It doesn't. No other
And, and
questions have. Oh, sorry. Go ahead,
And
Daniel. Sorry.
sorry, and I can say, and we've been working to promote better this, but our local professionals for post-production and all kind of related of post-productions are very keen and very experienced, and we've been now trying to work more with them locally because many of them were working for other countries, and because they are very experienced and sometimes they are more work abroad, but they are still living here than here in Brazil. Then it's a good way. We are supporting them to work more to the local industry because they're really good. They are really good professionals and really good companies here.
There's another question that's come in asking about locations that might substitute for other global locations. I feel like that answer is yes, because I noticed one of the fountains in the park looked like something that you might see in Louisiana. But if you could talk a little bit more about other locations that might double for other places in the world, that would be helpful.
Yes, good, great question because it's something very important for us, for me as a film commissioner. Because Rio de Janeiro, we think about some postcards, locations, and some locations that are very well known worldwide. But sometimes we forget to show and we about other locations. We're a huge city. We have a diverse a diversity of locations, and we have locations with tall buildings, historic buildings. As in your example, Glasgow, probably we have buildings from that time, or it's totally possible. Philadelphia, I've been to Glasgow. Then I know a little bit about it, and I know that many productions were shot in Glasgow. Philadelphia, I know just about movies, but couldn't maybe spot. But as you said, Marjorie, that fountain could be in Philadelphia. I'm sure, and the local location managers here are very keen to find those locations, and we've been now working with them. We just signed an agreement with LMGI, Location Managers Guild International, to make our production managers understand better and maybe make this bridge between location managers from other countries with our location managers, then we are just going to start this work together. And but they are very experienced, and I'm sure they will find you the best alternative locations for other cities and iconic places globally.
Thank you, Daniel. I know our time's almost up, but I wanted to ask one more thing that would be interesting just to know in regards to the culture of a production that might be in town for several weeks or a long duration. Can you talk a little bit about the quality of hotels and the diversity of restaurants and activities that one might be involved when they come to Rio?
Yes, this is great. Great question, because Rio as a very touristic destination, in terms of international tourists, is the foreign tourists is the most important one in Brazil, and we have a very diverse hotel and accommodation marketplaces. We have all kind of hotels here, and in terms of eating and gastronomy, and we have also Rio de Janeiro is very well known for that. And using just an example of different kind of productions, that there are some productions that just come here in foreign productions that just come to Rio for that. Normally reality shows or well living reality shows, they show the great restaurants, the great hotels, the great landscapes, the great nightlife. I mean, nightlife is not the question, but they show you this Rio de Janeiro for tourists, and that works really well with productions. If you want to accommodate some important crew, important actresses, there are great places for that, and places that are very used to it, such as I can say, for example, just to give maybe a cliche example, the Copacabana Palace Hotel that we had. It's a hotel located in Copacabana Beach, and that we get, for example, we got 2 months ago Lady Gaga playing there at a 2.1 million people concert, and just in front of the beach, and all the security necessary for a great personality to be there. And this works really well also for movies, for series, for TV, for commercials, and the city is prepared for that in terms of this.
Well, thank you, Daniel. Thank you very much. And we just have the email for reaching out to Rio Film Commission as well. So if anyone has any questions, looking for additional information, or ready to shoot in Rio, please contact the team there, and they'll be ready and able to help you out. But thank you, Daniel, and all of your team for sharing such a great and informative presentation. And thank you all for participating today. And we look forward to helping you with all of your production needs in the near future. Okay. Well, thank you and have a good day.
Thank you.
Bye
Thank you
bye.
all.
Thank you.